Barrick's Gold Mining Company trying to defraud the Mali government from receiving their tax and dividends, which value up almost 500 million for 2024. How are they doing this? Let's dive into it. Welcome to the WSXM channel. I don't know, my name is Stefan. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. So, the Mali government, which is Assami, the president, order an audit into this mining company, this global mining company. Mind you, Barrick's Gold is one of the leading miners in command of gold globally. They are on 5 different continents. They are based in Toronto originally. So, and the Mali government tell them to open the books. We're gonna have an audit to see how much money you're actually making, how much gold you're actually removing from the earth, and how much is it actually. Are you just giving us a number, or do you have two books, a fake book and a real book where you hide from us and you show us a book that does not mine as much gold as the original book. Anyway, which most companies does that in Africa because they tend to use African resources as their personal piggy bank, especially when they put a puppet president in place to give them free reins to do all they want when they come out. Anyway, with this new government, which is part of the AES alliance, which is Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, they are not playing. They are trying to not trying. They are taking control of their resources and they are building their own refineries now. Mali just signed a deal with Russia to build one of the biggest gold refining factory in West Africa. So Burkina Faso already built theirs, so that's good. So um in 2020, let me put it up on the screen there. In 2020, I'll just give you a few figures. The Barrick's Gold Mining Company made $11.9 billion, and in 2022 they make 11 billion, and in 2023 they make 11.3 billion, almost 11.4 billion. So keep those numbers in mind. Barrick's Gold Company have been in Burkina Faso, not Burkina Faso, sorry. They have been in Mali for the past 29 years. 2025 will be 30 years. Anyway, let's stick to the 29 years. They claim they spent 10 billion, they pumped 10 billion in the Mali economy. That's what they claim. We don't know this for a fact because the book is open and they are still going through it. So the Mali government yet to come out and give a report. But anyway, so if they spend 10 billion in the past 29 years, that means they're spending roughly around 300 million annually in Burkina Faso, which is chump change comparing to the billions they're making annually. They're making 11 to 12 billion yearly, and that's what they claim. That's not what the book says yet. We don't know exactly how much, if it's more or less, but we'll know soon enough when the audit is finished and the Burkina and Mali government come out with their figures. So the government claim they owe up to 500 million in taxes. But guess what Barrack's Gold is trying to do? They was trying to offset 417 million to as write off by saying they have different subsidies and dividends. And the Mali government said, nope, there's no deduction, there's no subsidies, there's none of that. You owe us 500 million and we want our money. Lawyers get involved and they are claiming that no, they give the Barrick's Gold Company said that they're gonna pay between 3 to 400 million in taxes and dividends. But the Mali government are and them is still in negotiation because the Mali government wanted 500 million. So if you're willing to pay 3 to 400 million, do you that's mean you owe more than 500, but because of the audit now you cannot run from it. So this is where a leader comes in. These three Sahel nations is trying to take control of their resources. Not trying, they are taking control of the resources. They want to have more control over what leaves their country. And this always baffles me. How is it Africa is one of the richest countries when it comes down to resources and rare minerals and all that stuff from cobalt to gold, diamond, copper, aluminum, all these things. How is it the countries are so poor? And this is why, because these multinational companies, confederates, they use all kind of loopholes to not pay the proper dividends to the government. Else, like for instance, if they take the raw gold ore and leave the country and refine it out of the country, the government does not get nothing from that. But if they actually build a refinery in the country and refine the gold there. Then you have to pay taxes and hire more locals. And that's another thing. The Mali government states they want more Malian citizens to be employed in this company. I tried to research to find out to see the workforce they have, but nothing that I can find pictures of the workers. So that's mean it's mostly Europeans who are working in these mines. And as I can see in the picture there, when all the pictures we can find is when I find black people manually with their hands digging up and in the water and with what you call it, the basket thing to shave out the separate the dirt from the gold, while they are using tractors, excavators, and a factory that actually dump the ore in, and they do the whole refining process. But that's what the Mali government is putting forward right now because they refuse to take money from the World Bank or IMF. And because of their refusing to, I have other African presidents now saying they are stubborn where they should accept the money. But if they do, then they become beholden to the colonizers, basically. So Burkina Faso refused. Abraham Traore refused. Then nope, I don't want your loan. We use our money for that we have, and we take our time and build our country. Mali said the same thing in Niger. And Niger has the most one of the biggest uranium mine globally. But Botswana have the biggest diamond mine, one of the biggest diamond mine globally. And Mali have one of the biggest gold mine globally. Not the most gold, they're one of the biggest gold mine. DRC is actually the richest country when it comes down to rare earth minerals. They have everything in DRC, but yet it still have civil war, it still have corruption, it still has one of the poorest country on the continent. And yet it's the richest country in the world, but it's the poorest country at the same time. Because what? They don't have control over their goal and their let me not say goal. They don't have control over their resources. They have maybe like 5% in their resources. When what these three Sahel nations are now showing the other African nations, no, we can retake our mines, our resources, because they are starting to revoke license from multinational companies in these three Sahel states, especially when they are blocking these Sahel states from acquiring weapons for the army. So when I say if you can block us from getting weapons from your country, well, you can no longer mine in our country, and this is what's happening slowly but surely, and company by company. Burkina Faso have done it. Now Mali is in negotiation with um, Barrick Gold because number one, they do not want to lose that license to refine to take gold out of Burkina Faso. They are making 12 billion annually. So all of them is share that equally. We continue to get their equal share in their resources, money, in their taxes, in their dividends, in their kickbacks, in their percentages. But this is why they are fighting against Sahel nations so much because these leaders are for their citizens and against the IMF and the World Bank are multinational companies from taking over their countries and making their countries even more poorer and their citizens as well. So now the citizens are now have to benefit in from these by getting hired in these companies, and they are building their own factories now, which is key. They are building their own refinery to refine their own um, unrefined materials, their own ores, which is brilliant. And this is what is happening, and they are building up their citizens' confidence because the citizens love these leaders so much they back them 100% to show you the love that they have. Their people are turning against them because they're refusing aid money like other African nations who accept aid money like Ghana, South Africa, Senegal, Cameroon, Namibia, Zambia, you name it, they does it. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section about this Mali government, President Assimi auditing um Barrick's goal and getting their fair share. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Boom.